Okay, so you know what? One of the biggest mistakes that I'm seeing people in the Amazon influencer program that are making in 2026, and this one mistake is literally going to be the biggest difference in whether you actually make commission from the products that you review or not making any commissions. Because, dude, I am telling you, this mistake, I legit made it so much when I started in my journey, when I started with the Amazon influencer program. And up to like almost 200-300 videos that I made this one mistake. Okay, so if you were doing this, I advise you guys to literally stop right now. Stop it. Take this advice that I'm going to give you guys instead, and like that, you're going to see a much better conversion rate. Now, if you don't know what that number one mistake that I'm talking about is, it's basically you getting free products. So, for example, I get, these, bottle of pills right here, some organic milk thistle capsules or whatever, and simply just reviewing the bottle, talking about the ingredients, how much it contains, and this and that, right? Just literally the basics that the Amazon page will show on their page, and so if you're doing that with every single product that you're receiving, then you're going to see a very low conversion rate, because bro, that is something that literally anybody could have just looked on the Amazon page and found out for themselves instead of wasting their time watching your fucking video. Like, come on, bro. Like, yeah, I get it, it contains this amount of zinc, this amount of fucking sea moss, all this and that. And not just with those type of products in particular, like even with like electronics, like just simply showing that it looks like this, it has this and that, and not actually using the product, is literally why your conversion rate is going to be very low. And moving forward in 2026, if you're not taking the time and reviewing these products properly by actually using the products, like literally actually using whatever the product may be, like, I don't know, a chainsaw or something, like physically showing how that thing works, how powerful it is, how long it lasts, does it get pretty hot very easy, how much does the battery last. Like, if you're not showing physically those type of features, you will convert very low in this program. And that is one of the mistakes that I made early on in my journey, is that I would just get the products and be like, here, it's like this, it looks blue, has this amount of chains or whatever, and then that's it. The customer's gonna look at me and be like, what? Like, that's it? I want to see how it looks. I want to see how it's used. I want to see how powerful it is. Can it cut down a whole entire tree? Can it cut down branches? Like, stuff like that. So, moving forward, you have to be able to use the products. And this is something that I'm seeing everybody do. And I'm not surprised, because this is something that was always taught in the beginning, especially when I was, going into this program, was just review anything, do a quick 30-second video, and then that was it, right? Well, moving forward, that is not the case anymore. I am telling you, use the product, show how it works, show what it does, this and that, and I guarantee you will see a much higher conversion rate, because gone are the days of you guys trying to half-ass this business model and, expecting for you to make commission just because, you posted a 30-second video. Like, nah, man, like you gotta show some quality in that video, okay? Now, don't just talk about it, show about it, Like, if I'm getting like these mics, for example, I'm not going to just sit there and be like, oh, they're black, they're tiny, they're magnetic, and they go in the case. Like, no, I'm going to do all that, because some of that is important, but I'm also going to turn them on, show how the quality is, take out, my adapter, show how the quality is without them. And like that, you're able to show how those, microphones actually sound in real time. And then the customers will be like, oh, well, damn. Like that shit definitely sounds so much better than what I was doing. Okay, so I'm just saying, man, like if you really want to make those conversion rates go higher, you've got to put more effort into your videos, thumbnails, titles, the whole 9 yards. Because unfortunately, moving into 2026, man, we're stepping into a quality economy. And even when requesting with brands too, like if they see your storefront and they see you doing those 30-second clips where you're just showing the product, that's going to turn them down a lot too, because they're just like, oh, well, damn, I'm not about to give you, a $400 scooter and you're just going to say it's this tall, it's blue, and then that's it. I'm not going to, they're not going to give you some shit like that just because you're going to do a video like that. They're going to want you to actually use that shit, use it, show how much battery and all this and that, okay? And, the people who are doing these short clips are also the same people who are trying to just reflip some of these products, which is understandable. I get it, because up front you will probably make more money selling the product itself than what you're going to make in commission. But with creator connections, man, if you're getting these products from creator connections, there's a high chance you're going to make that money for it regardless long term, if you make a proper video, okay? And again, that was one of the mistakes that I would do in the beginning. Is like just showing the product so that way, you know, mentally, oh, so I'm just gonna resell it anyways and keep it in good condition, you know, not used and shit. But moving forward, man, I am opening every single package, unwrapping it, literally using whatever the hell it is, and just going from there. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, like I said, I understand you're trying to resell some of this stuff, which is cool. I ain't hating on nobody trying to get their money like that, but if you're truly trying to scale this program and make the most out of the commissions, then you're gonna have to start using some of these things, bro. Like, there's just no way that shooting 30-second clips real quick, just talking about it, is gonna be sustainable long term, man. Like, you gotta put in that work, bro. Because there's like people like me and a few others who are putting in that work. We're seeing those results on our, you know, reports and stuff. Meanwhile, you're seeing everybody in the groups telling myself, oh, why are my commissions low? I uploaded like 200 videos and I haven't seen no difference. Like, bro, I guarantee your videos are crap. Like, just straight up like that, bro. So I'm not trying to be an ass, you know, to you guys. I want to, you know, try to give tips to you guys, but some of y'all need that brutal fucking honest truth, man. Because yeah, bro, like, shit is real out here. It's a jungle now. Especially in 2026, there's just so many new influencers into the program that every little advantage that you have makes the biggest difference, okay? And if you're not doing whatever it takes to make your videos, you know, much better, then yeah, you're going to be suffering long term when it comes to those commissions, all right? So, but hopefully this video helped. Hopefully you learned a thing or two. Hopefully you take the steps and start making your videos with better quality and really just, you know, putting in that work. Because yes, don't get me wrong, making a 30-second video only takes like what, 2 minutes to edit, upload, and all this and that. So the work up front is much shorter doing it that way, but long term your commissions are going to suffer versus, you know, making a high quality video, which yes, a high quality video with proper editing, proper this and that. I mean, it might take you like 10 minutes, maybe a bit more, depending on how much editing you need. Like, I mean, I don't do no crazy editing. You know, like if I say a lot of there's a lot of dead space, I do cut some of that out. I just increase the volume on my video. So it's very simple stuff, but it's still, man, like, to not try to improvise your video quality, even with editing, you know, like, you got to do something, man. Because yeah, it may take some time, but you look at some of the videos that like I report on my top ones, yeah, they pay off, man. So just saying, if you're trying to have slack this business model, you're gonna see those half slack results, all right? And if you're putting in that work, you're gonna see that money coming in too, all right? So, but with that being said, man, hopefully you take a thing or two from this video. Hopefully this helps y'all guys out. Hopefully, you know, you improvise, and I will see you guys on the next one, all right? Peace.